Good afternoon again. This is Wednesday, September 30th. This video is in regards to the SEED project. This session, I'm going to talk about the CER tool. C for claim, E for evidence, R for reasoning, the claims evidence reasoning tool. It's about how to write a scientific explanation. Like the I-squared strategy, it sort of breaks things down into manageable steps. And hopefully by the end of the year, you can write both a caption for a graph and a scientific explanation without having to go through all these steps. But having these steps to start with helps build some structure and hopefully gets you better at writing these types of scientific pieces of writing. So let's share our screen here. So again, we're looking at week of September 28th. We're dealing with ED6, seed germination. Previous video, I explained the I-squared strategy. I'm now going into the CER tool. And this is what the CER explanation tool looks like. Simple form. You're going to see it has a little bit of overlap with the I-squared. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your research question into the form, the question that you were trying to answer by doing the investigation. Which you should already have on several of your documents. So I stole the one with salt. So let me do a research question with salt. So how does the salinity of the water affect the number of black bean seeds? Remember, we want to give our genus and species. And you should always italicize the scientific name. First, the genus name, the first word is always capitalized. The second is lowercase. How does the salinity of water affect the number of black bean seeds germinating over a 4-day period? And of course, the question, so put a question mark. So that we put in. And then we start looking at what's the evidence we have. So I showed this in the previous video. I've got some data here. And so I need to pull out some evidence from this data that's going to help me answer this question. So what are some of the observations I can make? Well, I can clearly see that the blue bar in the first graph, or the blue bar in the second graph, which represents no salt, by far had the greatest amount of growth and actually reached full capacity at 15 seeds per bag. So I'm going to add this information into here. So seeds grown with 0% salinity oh my gosh, I can't spell here. Salinity had the greatest number germinate. 15 in each of the 3 bags. Something to that effect. That's a factual statement that I can pull from the evidence. Another factual statement I can pull from the evidence is seeds grown with 3% salinity had no seeds germinate. That's another piece of information that I can back up. There was 0 seeds germinated, and no seeds germinate in any of the 3 bags. Seeds grown, if again, I know the data, so but you want to go back to the data and take a look at your data, I can go back and look and see that half a scoop grew about half as well as no salt, and 1 scoop barely grew at all. So I want to also make some notes about that evidence. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my CER. Seeds grown with half a scoop, which worked out to be 0.75% salt, had seeds germinate less than 0%, but greater than 3%. Well, greater, not just greater than 3%, greater than 1.5%. On average, I have to go back and look, on average, that was 8 seeds per bag. So I'm pulling almost all my evidence from my data. And seeds grown with 1.5% salinity grew less than the 0.75% salinity, but slightly better than the 3% salinity. On average, 1 seed per bag. And I could also go back and look for any trends, whether there's a trend that I'm seeing. To me, there's a fairly clear trend in both graphs. As salt increases, number of seeds germinating decreased. And that is pretty consistently supported in both graphs. Again, if I could type here, okay. Now, you don't necessarily have to fill every line. You may end up needing more lines. You can add lines. You may only have 3 or 4. I would say you want to try to at least have 3 pieces of evidence. I would think everybody could have at least 3 pieces of evidence. And again, it's okay if your data is not telling you that it had an effect. You can say, you know, whatever it is you're testing. So if most of my bars were all the same, if salt really didn't make a difference, it's okay to say, the salinity had no effect on the growth of seeds. I know this because all bags average the same number at 5 seeds per bag. If you look at the graphs, all the bars are the same height. And those types of things are things that you're going to put down. So I'm going to fill in the evidence. Now, based on the evidence, I need to make a claim. A claim is an answer to your research question. So how does the salinity of water affect the number of black bean seeds germinating over a 4-day period? All right. Based on what I tested, as the salinity of the water increases, and I want to be somewhat specific. I want to talk about what I actually tested from 0% to 3%. The number of black bean seeds germinating decreased. Salinity had a negative effect on black bean seed germination. And so that's my claim based on the evidence. So now what I'm doing in the final step is I'm putting this all together in a coherent paragraph. I'm doing this all in a coherent paragraph. So you're going to link the claim, as it says, you're going to link the claim and the evidence with some scientific reasoning in your explanation. Reasoning includes scientific concepts and linking words used to connect your ideas in the paragraph. So I want to again start out with a clear statement. What's my claim? So I'm going to sort of restate my claim. So I'm going to just basically, I like what I've got. I could reword it slightly if I wanted to, but I'm not going to in this case. So there's my claim. And then I'm going to back it up with evidence. So take and start tying these pieces of evidence together. Seeds exposed to 0% salinity had a germination of 15 seeds per bag. Whereas, I'm going to link this to another piece of evidence, whereas seeds exposed to 3% salt or salinity had a germination of 0 seeds per bag. And then I would include other information. I would go on to say those exposed to salinity, ranges of salinity between 0 and 3% showed a germination rate between 0 and 15 seeds. And I can be very specific. The seeds exposed to 0.75% salinity averaged 8 seeds per bag. The seeds exposed to 1.5 salinity averaged 1 seed per bag, falling in between the range. It appears as salinity increases, the number of seeds germinating decreases. Period. End of explanation. But I have my claim. I have, in this case, 5 pieces of supporting evidence, and then I sum it up with a final statement. And that's how we write a scientific explanation. And so you would just simply take this document and resubmit it through the Google Classroom ED6 assignment and turn that in. So you're going to be submitting your graph with your written caption showing your whiz and whim statements. So graph must show your whiz and whim statements and then must have your caption. And you're going to submit this CER form. Must contain at least 3 to 4 pieces of evidence, must be well written, good grammar, good English, proper punctuation, all that type of stuff needs to be in place. And those 2 things need to be submitted by Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. So thank you for staying with me, and good luck writing your first CER. You'll get lots of practice as we go through the year. By the end of the year, you guys will be awesome at doing both the I-squared and the CER strategies. Have a great evening.